Biafra, superstars, media.
What the fuck have you created? Manchester, listen up. I wanna join it now. I'm taking you on a journey to hell. When you feel the burning of the flame coming through your body and soul, you'll be on your knees begging, Lord, can I leave? 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 I'm like the man with the master plan, small G-O-D with the word in my little pen. Come with me, yes I slam and jam my hardcore. The man, the S to the A-L-T. My people, my Biafran people, now how on a day I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you listen to the sound of my voice. This one, na Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Oyendu Mazenam Kano. May God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency ESN Ekpa Simon and Joko, for the great job Simon is doing. Simon, we want to say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, because we know in your hands Biafra is coming, in your hands Biafra is safe, and in your hands when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. My fellow Biafrans, today I am going straight to the point. Just 2 to 3 weeks ago, I made a revelation where I said, according to a Hausa girl living in the north, she said, Nigeria is officially an Islamic country. And she could not, in any way, give the assurances that Christians living in the north will not be judged or ruled by Sharia law. Now, under the Sharia law, they gave birth to what they call the Hisbah police. Remember, in 1999, Olusegun Obasanjo, the president of 1999, he said Sharia will die a natural death. He was the one that allowed Sharia to come into law. And he was boasting that just within 6 months, Sharia will die a natural death. But since 1999, Sharia has been waxing strong in that so-called Nigeria. And today, we know they are in the fasting, season now, doing their fasting in the Muslim world. But suddenly, in Nigeria, it is different. The Hisbah police that was created under Sharia, they are going around arresting people that are having food. If you are in the north and they see you eating, it is against the law. Against the law of Sharia and against their own Islamic law to eat during fasting. Now, if Nigeria is not an Islamic country, why would this be affecting those who are not Christians? I mean, those who are not Muslims. The non-Muslims should be exempted from this. But in this video, in this analysis, you will hear our sister Ojiokpe in her discussion with her peers. She would say that Hisbah police, they went to arrest people in the streets. They arrested 11 so-called Muslims, but suddenly, when they got to the custody, they now discovered, say, oh, some of them, they are not Muslims. And also they said, if you are not a Muslim and you are eating food, if you give food to somebody who is a Muslim, they will arrest you. That is the interference of Sharia to those who are not practicing Sharia. I told you all, Nigeria is officially an Islamic country. On paper, they are just waiting to sign it off. If you are with me, watch this video, it will blow your mind. I will break it down. Listen.
discuss another topic, and this is in Kano State, where the Hisbah police arrested 11 Muslims. I mean, they arrested 11 Muslims, and I think it was like 10 male and 1 female groundnut seller. And guess what the Hisbah said? That, they don't arrest non-Muslims because it's not their concern. They only arrest Muslims because they were eating during fasting. Dr. Vati, come on, help me out here.
Well, the 11 people
yes.
that were arrested have been released. The Sharia, we keep saying, it's a personal orthodoxy.
Yeah.
People who allow themselves to be governed under that orthodoxy, are entitled to it. It's not as if it's a criminal orthodoxy that applies to everybody. So in this case, they said they arrested 11 persons, including the groundnut seller, who didn't know when she started eating.
She was testing her. She was hungry. I mean, come on.
They said they met with the family members and they gave an assurance that, next time they will not eat during the period they are supposed to be fasting. So apparently, I hope they have established that those 11 persons are Muslims and they subscribe to the principles. However, what they did not point out is that even the rules for fasting, one of the major pillars of Islam, has certain exceptions. Now, if you are on a journey, you are allowed some room. Maybe you won't fast in between. If you are sick, maybe you have a certain sickness, you are exempted. If you are old and infirm, then you are not, it's not compulsory for you. But they can't just make it look, general that every Muslim must fast. Those exceptions are also there. And it is open to abuse. This arrest is open to abuse because we don't know the exact condition of those 11 persons. Now, the part that bothers me is that the same Kano Hisbah was saying that they are not after Christians. But if you are a Christian and you go and prepare food for a Muslim that is supposed to be fasting, then you can be arrested. No.
Boom. They are not after Christians, they say. But if you are a Christian and you prepare food for a Muslim, then you can be arrested. It means during the time of fasting, if you have a business, if you have a restaurant, as a Christian, you will not be allowed to cook or do your business during the time of fasting. It is coming. It is happening in the north now. Before you know it, it will happen in the whole Nigeria. This is why we, the Biafrans, we are carrying our business, we are carrying our load and property to leave that so-called Nigeria. It is coming because they just said here now, that was the caveat they were trying to hide. Where they said, it doesn't affect the Christians, but if you're a Christian and you prepare a food and a Muslim comes to eat it, then you'll be arrested. It means if you have a business, if you have an eatery business, if you have a restaurant, if you have a canteen, if you have a beer parlor, as a Christian or as a non-Muslim, they can set you up because you are cooking during the time of fasting. They can send somebody who is a Muslim without you knowing to come and buy your food. The moment they are buying your food, you'll be arrested, your restaurant will be burnt down, your shop will be burnt down. That's where Nigeria is moving. That is the trajectory of that so-called Nigeria. We've all said it, that Lord David Cameron, just last year, he declared Nigeria as an Islamic country. The Foreign Secretary of Britain, the owner of Nigeria, Britain, the colonizer of Nigeria, Lord David Cameron, he declared that Nigeria is officially an Islamic country. He said he has met with all the Muslim countries, including Nigeria and some other countries. He named them country by country, and your zoo country's name was there, Nigeria. That is the caveat they don't want to discuss, that even if you are a non-Christian, their law will affect you. But you, the Christians, when you are doing your fasting and your, towards your Easter, all those things, it doesn't affect anybody because you are supposed to be living in a secular country. For the fact they have a Hisbah police, which means a Sharia police, those going out to execute the law, the Sharia law. You see? Can you see the trajectory that Nigeria is going? They have a Sharia police, but they call it a nice name, Hisbah, to confuse those who don't understand, that language. It is actually a Sharia police. Those who execute the law of Sharia. This same Hisbah, when they see you selling beer in your shop, they will break it down. But when it comes to VAT of tax, value added tax for alcohol, for wine and spirits, guess the country that gets the most? It is Kano, Kaduna, and the rest of them. They are happy to share from the taxation, from the revenue gotten from alcohol. But you are saying that those who are giving you the revenue, they cannot expand their business. They cannot do business in the north to sell alcohol for those who are non-Christians. Mind you, when you are selling your alcohol in the north, you are only selling to Christians. But now, through Sharia law, it is again affecting your business. They are saying, you being a Christian, you that you are exempted from Sharia law, you cannot sell, you cannot be seen drinking alcohol or spirits. Same way it's done in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai and the rest. So when Nigeria officially becomes an Islamic country, because on paper they have it now, they have spoken it. Britain that owns you, Britain that owns that dirty gutter zoo, they have said that Nigeria is officially an Islamic country. They have met with all the Islamic countries in the world. Lord David Cameron, he made that pronouncement. Nigeria is officially an Islamic country. Let's continue.
I don't think they should extend it in that ridiculous manner. They should focus on the Muslim who has accepted to be governed by Sharia.
Yeah.
The Christian who is not under that orthodoxy is free. He should not be disturbed.
But there's fasting.
In theory, look, this is the problem with this guy sometimes. In theory, what you are saying makes sense. But in practice, you know what they are doing. If you are a Christian in the north, if you have a business and they see just one bottle of alcohol, they are breaking it down. They are bringing your business down. You are being fined. You are being arrested. You know this, Dr. Abati. You know what is happening there in practice. But you are here trying to beat about the bush. That's the problem with that zoo. Come out and speak out that if you are a Christian doing business in the north, they have no business coming into your restaurant to check your fridge or to check your warehouse if there is alcohol there. They have no business doing that because your business has nothing to do with them. But the same Hisbah, the Sharia police, the Sharia cops, those who execute the laws of Sharia, they will come to your business, they will flog. There are videos of them flogging Christians in the north. I saw this video of a lady in a very big house. I believe she's a Biafran woman in the north. They have a very big house. When these guys were doing their riot, they came to her house, and by the gates, they were flogging her. She became helpless. Somebody with a big house was looking like a slave. She was helpless. She was begging. She was on the floor, begging them, please don't go into that house and kill my husband. Please. They were flogging her. She was helpless. Her mansion was built in a place where within a twinkle of an eye, they can bring it down. She is helpless. There is no rule of law to protect her because when you are in an Islamic country, everything goes. Your zoo guys can come here and pretend, say, oh no, the Muslims, I don't know. You guys know what is happening in practice in that place. You dare not sell business in terms of alcohol or whatever in that place. You know that, but you are here to pretend as if everything is fine. Oh, the law only affects the Muslim. No, if you are a non-Muslim, if you have a business where they sell alcohol, your business is going down. We've seen the videos of them breaking things down. Don't come here and pretend. Let's continue, I beg.
There's a time for fasting, right? So what if I make the food before the time in anticipation? Because I'm guilty of that. I know that I've cooked some food.
Well, they are saying don't give the Muslims.
I can't.
The only question I want to ask is that at the point of arrest, since they said that they're only arresting Muslims and not non-Muslims, at what point did they establish that the people that they were arresting were not Muslims? Was it
God bless you. At what point did they establish that those that were arrested were not Muslims? That's the problem. They don't do that because they give that justice on the spot. They see you that you are eating food to them it's an insult to Allah. It is an insult, not knowing that you are not person practicing their religion or their customary law, whatever. You don't partake in such, but for the fact that they see it as an insult, they will condemn you and they will lay a law against you. They will execute judgment against you. You saw that in that girl, that good girl, bless her soul, Deborah. A girl thanking God, thanking Jesus that she passed her exam. She said she prayed to Jesus and Jesus helped her to pass her exam. She was explaining a personal experience that she had. She was giving credence to the fact that she passed her exam because she prayed to Jesus and she studied. At the end, she came out with flying colors. Those around her, those who are her classmates, even by her name, you can tell she's not a Muslim. Even by the name Deborah, you know that name is a Christian name. They still judged her according to the Islamic rule. Do you now get it? Do you now see the trajectory that zoo is going to? You cowards, in fact, let me just not insult these guys because sometimes it beats my imagination. People who say they're educated, you are living in a country where they now have a Sharia law. And suddenly, the Foreign Secretary of Britain, Lord David Cameron, you all know him as David Cameron, but when I did my research, they have made him a Lord. The same way you had Lord Lugard, they now have a Lord David Cameron, and he was the one that declared that he has spoken, he has had a discussion, he has had a roundtable meeting with all the Islamic countries, and when he named them, he named your zoo country, Nigeria, as part of those who are now Islamic countries. You heard it from one ear, it came out from your second ear because you are scared to act on information. You guys are now submissive in that zoo. I wonder, why do you guys act this way? Respecting my sister Audrey, but she was trying to laugh, make it sound funny. Audrey, it is not funny. It is not a joking matter. Please. It is not a joking matter. What is coming, you guys cannot cope with it. It's not something to laugh about. You're trying to smile. Oh, yeah, I used to cook for some friends. So it is not a joking matter. This is very, very serious. Because what they are doing now is they are making a law that will affect you. Whether you are a Christian or non-Christian, they don't care. It will affect you. The same way this same law will apply in Dubai. When you are going to Dubai for a contract business or whatever, you are not allowed to be in the same hotel with your team members, your colleague, if they are females. That is, we respect that because we know Dubai is an Islamic country. We respect it in Saudi because we know Saudi Arabia is an Islamic country. So when they make their law, you being a visitor, you must respect and obey their law. That's a different case. But in Nigeria, that zoo called Nigeria is supposed to be a secular country. Secular means there is no one religion that would, supersede your other ones. No. That's not how it's done. In a secular country, you are free to practice your religion. In a secular country, it means nobody can influence you towards their own religion. In a secular country, it means no religious law, norms, ethics can affect you when you are not part of that religion. There's the problem. Sometimes I look at Nnamdi Azikiwe, Awolowo, and the rest of them, and I was thinking, what were these guys thinking? What were they thinking? Look at India and Pakistan, what they did. They knew the problem. They knew what will happen. Oh my God. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, they knew the problem. As soon as Britain was leaving, they said, thanks but no thanks. Britain, you made us one. Now that you are leaving, we are not one people. We are not the same. Our ideology is different. India said they are Hindu. Pakistan said they are Muslim. The rest of them, they moved their way. Bangladesh moved. Everybody moved their separate ways. That is what should have happened in that zoo. We are not one people. So the 419 that Britain did to you guys to make you assume you are one, until this day you are shouting one Nigeria, one Nigeria. It shows you are a farce. You are a fraud. That zoo called Nigeria is a fraud. You are a fraudulent country. If you're real, you would have done what Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh did. They broke up. Because Britain went there as a business. In a business, you want a consortium, a coming together of different, people doing the business. It's okay, you come in here from the north, from the south, make this one country so we can, effectively administer our policy. That was what Britain did. They integrated different people just to make that profit, to use the same policy to rule them. But when Britain left, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, they broke out. They went their separate ways. That's for people that have sense. But you Nigerians, you hate the Igbo, you hate the Yoruba, you are in the middle belt, you don't see eye to eye, you hate the Hausa, but suddenly you keep on saying you are one Nigeria, which is why there is a problem, because when somebody is coming to fix that country because of his tribe, they will say, no, this one, no, lie, this will not be the candidate. That will never work. It is a banana republic, a doggy-dog world. What you are living now is like a doggy-dog world. Killer be killed. Kill or be killed. Killer be killed. That's what you are living in that zoo. People like Pakistans, they are human beings. They knew they are Muslims, that they cannot mix with the Hindu. Out of respect, even though till this day they have enmity. India and Pakistan, there is a problem till this day. But at least they have their nation. You can hate me from afar, no problem. If you are Fulani and Igbo, if you hate me, no problem, because you have your country, I have my country. You can insult me, there is no problem. If you have your country, I have mine. The only time there will be a problem is when we are still in one country called Nigeria. Now, when you hate me, you can now influence the authorities to make sure I am down. Your hatred for me can now affect me psychologically, economically, and socially. That is what is happening in that zoo. Because they hate the Biafrans, they know we own the oil that runs that country. Now, from their hatred, they are now subjugating us. They are now putting us in a position where we cannot perform economically. They control your resources, they control your oil, they control your wealth. Even when they take loans from the Western world, those money does not reach your country, it doesn't reach your state. They build railway from the north to Niger Republic, to a foreign country, but your own side, nothing is being done. You don't feel the presence of that economy in that zoo called Nigeria. There is no government presence in the land of Biafra because they know they hate us. But now suddenly your country, you that say you love Nigeria, your country now is turning to an Islamic country. Very, very sad. Let's continue. Listen.
They'd been brought into custody and they'd been, the whole show of arrest, because it's very dicey when you live in a multi-religious society and want to enforce a particular, style or way. It's very difficult. And even for the Muslims who have said that they come under voluntarily, this under Sharia, how many Muslims came under? Was it by choice? Was it by compulsion? Do you come under it automatically? So these are questions that boggle the mind, that in a state where you have a very good percentage of their members being from a faith that's different from Islam. So even even be Christians or traditional worshippers, but they don't. How do you differentiate? How do you have a separate set of laws for one and the other? At what point do you ask, wait, are you Muslim? Okay, I'll arrest you. Do you understand? So that's where...
God bless this woman. This is what I'm saying. That is where Nigeria is going now. You see it happening in the north, but officially Nigeria has been declared as an Islamic country. So very soon, your whole Nigeria will be like that. When they are in their fasting, you dare not sell food during the fasting hours. It's coming. It's coming. In Saudi Arabia, when they are fasting, all the businesses get shut down. Food or non-food, they shut them down. They lock them down. You go for your prayer. At the end of the prayer, even every Friday, all the business shut down. In most of the Islamic countries, on Friday, all their businesses will shut down. And after prayer, you open up. If you are an immigrant, a migrant living in those countries, when their business are shutting down, yours automatically will shut down because you are living in an Islamic country. So the rules is not secular. In Saudi, the rule is they don't practice a secular whatever. They practice an Islamic faith there. And as the saying goes, when you are in Rome, you behave like the Roman. It's okay if you are if you visit an Islamic country, then you have to abide by the rules. That's fine. But in the case of that zoo, they claim it's a secular country. That is where I'm having the problem, because now they are imposing a law affecting everybody. Hisbah police, simply put, means a Sharia police. Those executing the laws of Sharia. And during their execution, they will not know. How do they know? Will they say, hello, are you a Muslim or Christian? Where's your ID? They don't ask those questions. Let's continue, man. Very, very sad.
I find it very difficult to understand and see how this will be put into practice without there being some sort of abuse or some sort of infringement of rights. I think it's very difficult.
The thing I would like to ask is, based on the consideration, Nigeria is a secular state.
It is a secular state.
So in a secular state, why are you having a religious police?
Hey, God.
Can I also ask, if we're having religious police, can we also have our Isheshe police, our Ifa police, our Shongo police?
Oh my God, this is why I respect this guy called Rufai Oseni. Even though we spar intellectually, even though I love to call him out, he's the one that speaks the way somebody with brain should speak. That would have been the first thing. The moment Obasanjo in 1999 was saying, I quote, Sharia will die a natural death. I will give them Sharia law. But before 6 months, Sharia will die a natural death, yo. That's what he said in 1999. Not 1999. He was bombarded. They came with pressure on his head. And he had to do what he had to do. But he was boasting that within 6 months, Sharia would die a natural death. Unknown to him, that was the beginning of Nigeria becoming an Islamic country. He assumed, with the secular nature of Nigeria around 1999, as he assumed, that Sharia, under 6 months, it will be hard to practice. It will be hard to implement, because if a Sharia law says something, you just go to your high court. State high court will say something else. The law of the state high court will supersede that one of the Sharia court. That was what he was assuming, not knowing that those you say they didn't go to school, the Cabal you say they don't go to school, they are clever than you. You insult them, they drink the piece of cow, they shower with cow urine. Yes, but when it comes to this number 6, they are clever than you. The only people that understand them very well is we, the Biafrans. Now we sabi the Fulani Cabal, which is why they are angry till this day with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Ekpa, Simon Onjoko. Now we sabi their language. Now we understand their language, their body language, their coded message, anything when they do. Now we sabi them. And we told you before time, they were coming, they were coming, they were coming, and they have come. They have come. Obasanjo in 1999 was laughing, said, don't mind them, I will give them Sharia law, but within 6 months, Sharia law will die a natural death. I give them 6 months, it will be over. Because if they go to Sharia court, the person can go to a high court or a state high court or a supreme court and it will be over. But now you see, they are the ones controlling all the whole courts. They control your judges. Now, leave story. Rufai, please continue, I beg.
I know.
It's a personal orthodoxy.
I know it's a personal orthodoxy. The Sharia is constitutional because it was pushed for.
Yeah.
Can adherents of other religion to push for recognition in the constitution?
They are cowards, they will not do it. CAN, the Catholic or whatever they call them, Christians, they are cowards, they can't do it. They know that the cabal, they were born to rule that country called Nigeria. They know that Britain gave the cabal the right to rule that country. So no other country can, no other religion can speak. They are cowards. They are cowards. Before your eyes, a secular country, you were respecting yourself. Suddenly, in 1999, President Olusegun Obasanjo made it into law because he was pressed. He was scared of it and he said, okay, I will give them the Sharia law, but I promise you within 6 months, it will die a natural death. Since then, it's been waxing. They've been moving it, moving the envelope. Now, if you thank Jesus to pass your exam, as Deborah did, they will kill you. Thank God. Thank God we are, Simon Ekpa, I bless your name. Thank God we are living that zoo. Thank Simon, God, I bless you. I bless your name, Simon. Thank you for for continuing this task of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I thank you. If not for Simon, by now, by God, by now, oh God, I can't even imagine what will be happening. That they kidnapped our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, brought him to Nigeria. Even with your broken heart, people were sick. Old women became sick. Me, I was sick for 2 weeks. I keep saying it. I could not function in my work for 2 weeks. I called in sick. Just the picture of seeing our leader, our redeemer, our Jesus, our God, Nnamdi Kanu, a man, a savior coming to save us. Just seeing his picture in handcuffs, his legs and arms in manacles. It broke my heart. That was the plan of the caliphate. You keep saying that the Fulani don't go to school, but Buhari, that idiot, he knew what he was doing. All he had to do was bribe some members of the DOS, some governors, some politicians, and they betrayed their own son. They betrayed their own God, the same way they did to Jesus. You chose Barnabas over Jesus. The same thing, you chose the Fulani cabal over your savior, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But we thank God we had Simon, a good disciple of Oyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Simon, I will live and die for you to the end. All I need is one-way ticket. I keep saying it. When the thing starts, one-way ticket. Leave story now. When the jungle go mature, one-way ticket. Because all those men and their children, I know them, but they don't know me. I know them, but they don't know me. One-way ticket is all I need. When the jungle don't mature, one-way ticket is all I need. I will give my all for the restoration of Biafra. Because only a coward will say they choose life over something like this. Your people are being subjugated. Now, your so-called Nigeria is now officially an Islamic country. Before your eyes, they're telling you the Hisbah. Hey, If you cook food and someone comes to buy your food, if it's a Muslim, then we'll arrest you. Rufai, I beg. I'm so sorry for stopping you. Continue.
And we also, because you see, let's be careful when it comes to things like this. Hisbah is out there now arresting people in a state that is secular. Sharia is constitutional, Dr. Abati, but the ground norm is the national constitution, isn't it?
I wonder.
You have a right to freedoms.
Yes, if your rights are violated,
You have the right to freedom. Are the rights of these individuals not violated based on the constitution of this country?
Okay.
Because
That's why I was
just
going that route of, can we have Ifa police, Isheshe police? Maybe it's recognition in the constitution. So the ground norm is the constitution. Are they not rights?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's be careful.
Well, all right. I just wonder what they would charge someone like me who cooked for some of my Muslim friends. Yeah, I did now. I'm just confessing now. Maybe I don't live in Kano, so I'm not going to be
Kano. My sister, this is not a laughing matter. I understand you are trying to create like a satire, but please, this is a very serious matter. Thanks for bringing up this video, but this is serious. Because Oji, if you are based in Kano, not even Kano alone, if you are based in a Sharia state and Hisbah, they see you cooking food. My sister, hey, forget story. Forget story. Because the woman I saw in that video that they were flogging her, she was an elegant woman. A very elegant, very beautiful woman in her mansion. She had a mansion. They had a big house in the north. The Biafrans building business, doing business in the north. Be careful. All they had to do, the Hisbah, all they had to do was shout, come outside. Under one voice, she came out. She was crying. She was begging them. They were flogging her like a slave. Just one call they called. Come out, in their language. Come out, come out. That was all they said, though. They didn't break the door. They came to the house looking for, there was I think for Christians or whatever. And they shouted at her door. She had to rush out from the house. Came to the gate. She knelt down, begging them. They were flogging her, whipping her. She was begging them, please, we are not part of those causing the riots. Please, don't, begging them. It means she has no protection in that place. I rest my case. My Biafran people, I will speak now from a lady I played before some few weeks ago or so. The Hausa woman that said exactly what is happening to the Christians. She told them, you are not supposed to be under Sharia law, but I don't know. Listen to that woman and I'll wrap it up from there. Listen to this lady. She be Hausa man. She be Hausa woman in the north, and she gave the gospel truth about what is happening in terms of Sharia for the Christians. So Christians living in the north, will Sharia affect you? Hear what she said. Very soon now, Nigeria, the whole of the country will become a Muslim country because that's their end goal. Hear what she said about Christians living in the north. You see me, I love to come with eyewitness accounts, a first-hand proof, first-hand resource to show you. Check it out. See what she said.
So somebody here asked, are the Christians in northern Nigeria under Sharia law? I cannot answer that question. Originally, no. We are not supposed to be under Sharia law in places where our states adopt Sharia law. We are not supposed to be under Sharia law. But sometimes, before, the law come to take charge, some other people have helped you to take charge. So I don't know again, no. I don't know. I cannot come out and tell you categorically that we are under Sharia law or we are not under Sharia law. Ideally, because Nigeria is a secular state, people who are non-Muslims should not be under the Sharia law. But you saw how Deborah's case happened now. So you cannot even, before the people who, the authority who are supposed to come and give the judgment come to that place. But majorly it's the Muslims that are under the Sharia law. Christians ideally are not supposed to be under the Sharia law. But here we are.
God bless you, my sister.
So somebody here asked, the Christian...
Hold on there, my sister. For those who have ears. You see me, when I'm laughing, when I laugh, you should be crying. When I'm crying, it is time for you to die. That's my own law. When I laugh, you cry. When I cry, you die. That's my own law. When I'm laughing, it's because I'm angry. Don't assume my laughter is because I'm making things fun. No. When I'm laughing this way, I am angry. When I laugh, you cry. When I cry, you die. That's the way it is. You heard it from this woman, a Hausa woman, giving an honest opinion of what the Muslims or the Christians are facing in the north. So what do you think you will face when it becomes the whole of Nigeria? As your Britain, your father, the one that made you, your God, your slave master has declared Nigeria is officially an Islamic country. They've declared. And that's something we are fighting, we the Biafrans, because we are living. They dare not declare it now. They should wait after we have left. Those that want to remain in Nigeria, then you can continue with your Islamic faith. No problem. We shall be watching from afar. But listen to what this woman is saying. An eyewitness account. A first-hand account. Not what people are saying, laughing about it. This is exactly what they are going through. Hear it again. I'll break it down now. Listen.
In northern Nigeria under Sharia law. I cannot answer that question.
Again.
I asked, the Christians in northern Nigeria under Sharia law. I cannot answer that question. Originally, no.
Are Christians in the north under Sharia law? I cannot answer that question. Originally, the answer is no. Originally, the answer is no. But she, being a Muslim in the north, she's been, fair. She's been nice by being truthful. She said, are Christians in the north under Sharia law? I cannot answer that question. That tells you there's a problem. Originally, no. Let's continue. Listen.
I cannot answer that question. Originally, no. We're not supposed to be under Sharia law in places where our states adopt Sharia law. We're not supposed to be under Sharia law. But sometimes, before the law come to take charge, some other people have helped you to take charge. So
God bless her. Normally, they shouldn't be under Sharia law, but sometimes, before the law should be allowed to take charge, to say, okay, these ones, they are Christians, they shouldn't be under the law. These ones, they are Muslim, they are under the law. Before the law is allowed to take charge, some people will come and take charge. Some people, aka Hisbah police, will take charge. Some people, aka Islamic arrest, Islamic citizens arrest, the way they did to who? Deborah. People will take charge. Those who believe in Sharia, they will take charge. Some people will come and take charge. They will judge you according to Sharia law. People is the problem. Sometimes it is not the law. It is the interpretation and the implementation of that law. You see, sometimes the law might not be the issue, but it is those that implement, those that interpret. When they say you are thanking Jesus, say you pass exam, you have committed haram. That's what we are saying here. People will come and implement the law before the law itself will make judgments. Let's continue, my sister.
I don't know again, no. I don't know.
You don't know?
I cannot come out and tell you categorically that we are under Sharia law or we are not under Sharia law. Ideally, because Nigeria is a secular state, people who are non-Muslims should not be under the Sharia law. But you saw how Deborah's case happened now.
You saw what happened in the case of the Deborah. Ideally, in an ideal world, ceteris paribus in economics, all things being equal, in the ultimate analysis, you shouldn't be under Sharia law if you're a Christian, Muslim, Hindu or what, spiritual, whatever. In an ideal situation. But you also what happened in Deborah's case. I'm even suspected now because that girl, she said she studied and she prayed to Jesus. That's why she passed. I'm suspecting that those that failed the exam, they became envious. You see, as the saying goes, envy turns to jealousy. Jealousy turns to hatred. Those on her WhatsApp group that she was saying, oh, I passed with flying colors, so thank God. I passed my exam. I prayed to Jesus. I was studying. I prayed to Jesus, and Jesus helped me to pass the exam. That she said that alone, those who failed the exam, they became envious. Envy turns to jealousy. Jealousy turned to hatred. The hatred in them now made them to say she has committed an abomination. Do you not get it? So they went all out to kill her because it doesn't make sense. Even when you think about it, it makes no sense. Say somebody who is a Christian, they are supposed to thank Jesus, the Son of God, that they prayed to after writing their exam and they passed. In a normal world, though in the Western world, we will even laugh at you, you are praying to Jesus, oh my God. But according to her own belief, she believed Jesus helped her. She believed it. And she was telling them what helped her to pass. Her story. Her own story. May God have mercy. May her soul rest in peace. May her soul rest in perfect peace. Very, very sad. Let's continue.
So you cannot even, before the people who, the authority who are supposed to come and give the judgment come to that place. But majorly it's the Muslims that are under the Sharia law. Christians ideally are not supposed to be under the Sharia law. But here we are.
Here we are, my sister. God bless you, for speaking truth to power, for keeping it real. God bless you. In an ideal world, that shouldn't be. In an ideal world, that shouldn't be. So we, the Biafrans, we are living that zoo before it self-implode. We, the Biafrans, we are saying goodbye to that zoo before it self-implodes, because our culture, we don't understand what is happening in that country. It is against our DNA, our belief. From deep inside, what is happening in that zoo is against it is against even our life. We have nothing in common with that zoo called Nigeria. And we are going home. We are going home. To my Prime Minister, Ekpa, Simon and Joko, I love you so much. I appreciate you. You have given us hope. At a time when we are supposed to be crying, some of us, we had heart attack that we saw our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, in chains. And those they call the DOS, the criminals, they said nothing. Till this day, they have done nothing. They kept their mouth shut because they were responsible in selling our leader out. The so-called DOS. All they did was call out names of our warriors, and they gave their details to the DSS to go and kill them. But we thank God, a man called Simon Ekpa, who told our leader, if you need 100 men, I will make your job easier, because in me, I am 15-1. Simon, we thank you. You have proven to the whole world that you are a good disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. In your hand, Simon, this thing coming, this inferno coming, there is fire on the mountain. That fire is coming down. It will not consume us with the Biafrans. We are living. To the Yorubas, I'm calling upon you again as a good neighbor. I am a good neighbor. I'm speaking as an advocate. make haze while the sun shines to the Yorubas, because in your own case, it will be a bit tricky. It will be a bit tricky because 60% of the Yorubas, they have converted to Islam. Afonja was responsible. When you go down the family line, Afonja was responsible. The same way our governors now, they are doing what Afonja did during those days. The governors now, they are giving land for Ruga, they are giving land for mosque in the land of Biafra and some other places. You are giving them land to come and mine your resources. I swear to God, once they find the resources they want in your land, and they see the amount of resources they want in your land, they will kill the whole people and take over that land. To the Yorubas, if the cabal find the resources they are looking for in your land, and they see the amount of resources you have in your land, they will decimate the whole land and take over that land. I'm telling you, you need to understand that they are giving you £100,000 to come and test some land, throw bombs, throw some landmine. If they find what they are looking for, because China has scanned the whole of Africa, they know where some resources should be around. The pearls of Solomon, they say. They know where those resources should be. So if they should find the resources, they will now know how, in terms of quantity, how much quantity for that land. If it's so much, I'm telling you, they'll be backed by Saudi Arabia, they will be backed by Kuwait, they will be backed by all the Islamic countries to take over that land, to take over your state and all that. When it was about Islam, they took over Ilori. You all knew what happened. And in your case, it's a bit of a quagmire because 60% of the Yorubas, they are already Muslims. That's a big number. Even your names now sound similar to that of the Prophet. Ahmed, Muhammad, all those things. You are in line that when they come with this thing called, Nigeria becoming an Islamic country, you guys might assimilate into it, or there'll be a civil war within your own tribe, within your nation. The Muslims that believe in the tenets of Sharia will fight the Christians in the Yoruba side. But we, the Biafrans, we are lucky that we are still, down with our spirituality, African religion, and a bit of Christianity that's the whitewash of Christianity. So we are a bit lucky. Even though those pastors now, what they are doing is a problem, but we can always curtail them. You see, so we can still fight that good fight. When they declared Nigeria to officially become an Islamic country, we can fight the good fight. Which is why till this day, we are still fighting to leave Nigeria. But for the Yorubas, even though there is a Muslim ticket, the moment their own man, Tinubu, was there, now they are singing a different tune. Not the main guys, not Chief Sunday Igboho, not Koiki Media, the other people. Because they can identify with Tinubu. Even though he's a Muslim, they can identify with him. So that was how it would be that if a Tinubu now lead, the movement to officially seal and stamp Nigeria to become an Islamic country, the Yorubas might stick to it because, okay, he's our brother. He has the face of a Yoruba man. So we can stick to him. Awa Lokon, Egbekini Nwa, Awa Lokon, Yoruba Lokon. That is my fear for the Yorubas. I love you. I am telling you this as a good neighbor, an advocate. I rest my case. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have ears, let them hear. From me, from here, for now, I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours, Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you.
There is a method to our madness. Our madness has swag, it has style. We are going to draw this army away from the north. they will come to the east where they're going to die anyway and leave their towns and villages open to be ravaged by the monster that they themselves created. There is a method to our madness. Our madness has swag, it has style. We are going to draw this army away from the north. They will come to the east where they're going to die anyway and leave their towns and villages open to be ravaged by the monster that they themselves created.
I want to use this opportunity to call on the committee for prayers for Gowon. Number one in this committee is Dominica Olewune Chinyere Apple, Blessing Nzom, Gregory Onyejuwa, Chinedu Aguyi, and Presence Odohunoge. This committee will be the official prayer warriors for Gowon to be alive to December. Your prayer point is to pray day and night for Gowon to be alive till December. He will be alive and witness something in December of 2024. There is no other prayer point. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out in a historic manner. We have promised Biafra that the prayers that were prayed so far is working. And for the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not given up, believe me, I know what he is made of. Our most important prayer today is for Gowon to be alive till December. Let him not die. It is very, very important, so that the prophecy of our eternal leader will come to pass. He will be alive to see Biafra.